and welcome back to another Exclusive for Life. Now, blessing goes out to all my viewers and all my subbies, all my well-wishers. Like, share, and also subscribe if you haven't done so already. Coming up in today's topic and review. Why can the war, yeah, go out with yourself, mama. The text say can the war, they done. But can the war, you just a come man, watch that big stone. Shut big stone, weak boy. Papa Jesus can the war, yeah, go on, mama. Go out with yourself. And take a shit there.
I got trouble with my friends, trouble in my life, problems when you talk the way you do, you're always trying.
My name is Joe Biden. I'm Joe Biden's husband.
Those was the blessing and blessing my viewers and my subscribers. Thanks again for tuning in to another exclusive for a topic discussion and review. Now I keep telling you a lot that this woman, Fayval William, I'm telling you, she reminds me so much of Joe Biden. They would make a perfect couple.
My name is Joe Biden. I'm Joe Biden's husband.
Also remember you, Mr. Percival, as the murder Prime Minister.
One served for 9 years, one served for 14 years. Under whose administration more Jamaicans got murdered? Who is the murder Prime Minister?
Do not go down the rabbit hole of submerging yourself in political life. Do not be a Vegas. At least be more talented than Vegas. So you don't have to seem like a real green shower ranger.
Help. We see out of the letter.
We need your divine intervention. We're tired of the labor rights. We're tired of the green people. We are so far. We can't take it no more. We need this. We need it. Help. Help. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Psalm 46. God is our refuge and strength. Is a liberator job.
Now in today's broadcast, we are going to look at this catastrophe she caused in Jamaica. Me say all the baby I talk about it.
Let's clear the air. I mean, young
Let's clear the air. Let me say this to you.
If you faithfully put away that 2,000 because it's something that you were not getting before, at the end of 3 years, you'll have a tidy sum that you could put down on a car, like a Probox that you have to drive to go to work, and you don't have to stand up in the sun or think about rain to get a vehicle to drive.
From last night to today, they have asked me to say to you, to ask you, Minister, from last night to today, they want to know where they can get the Probox that costs $2,000 per month. That if you put it aside, where they can buy that Probox. Because they say they want that Probox.
Because I want to know how can dunce lead dunce. Now me I go show you know, the hypocrisy, you know, and the disrespect of this Labour Party, you know. God, them say this woman is the first female financial minister and that's the best budget ever read. And jumping up out of them seat, all excited about what? Now here we have Diane back her up on an interview where she don't have no script in front of her and watch her crumble in front of her like a cookie jar. Now me see plenty people I say, while Julius Holness a disrespect Fayval Williams or a beat Fayval Williams every time she get a chance in Parliament. Well, me I go show no why. It's not that Julius Holness doesn't like Fayval Williams. Julius Holness know that this woman is incapable of holding such position because Juliet Holness knows that she feel miserable at education minister. So how you gonna put her now a financial minister and it share bang in a 28 head, but 28, you know them type of tough head man there. That's why Juliet have to slap him up more time for keep him in line. All him want do are full of corruption. Look, now sit there and back up the financial minister there and start put some serious question to her.
And say it's a little extra lunch money, minister. Much ado about nothing, because the 2 million sound nice and then you realize it's phased in over 3 years, so it's an extra $100,000 a year on the threshold. So a lot of fuss about not much.
So Dion, yes, on a monthly basis, let's call it $2,000 a month. If you faithfully put away that $2,000 because it's something that you were not getting before, at the end of 3 years, you'll have a tidy sum that you could put down on a car, like a Probox that you have to drive to go to work, and you don't have to stand up in the sun or think about rain to get a vehicle to drive. So yeah,
$2,000 a month over 3 years, minister. You think we can? And you think you can put out on a car with that?
Yeah, like a Probox. You can get a nice
20-year-old Probox.
Nice little car.
Now you know what that show me, that the financial minister or the government of Jamaica is not really in touch with reality. Cause ain't you look at this is a financial minister and she's like persisting that it's a good initiative to buy a car when that cannot even be a paid on a car, because look at a Toyota Probox and this is 2005, 20 years, you know. So even they and Jack say yeah, makes you look good. I said 20 years. See a Probox there 2005, 550,000. So uno figure out, uno calculate it out to see that with even right now wages and cost of living presently where the government are give, it's way below the living standard rate for an individual in Jamaica. And them always come with these like handout and pretend because what them know uno don't have much, so uno will accept any little bit and feel appreciated. That's modern slavery.
The point is though, the issue with the increase in 2023, CAPRI, the Caribbean Policy Research Institute, and that was 2 years ago, had said that really and truly it needed to move to $2.2 million. And Dr. Damian King tweeted after your presentation, who is the executive director of CAPRI, said government has announced they're increasing the threshold, the income tax threshold, by $100,000 per year over the next 3 years. He said this arrests the erosion of the purchasing power of the threshold, but it's not an effective increase because that amount only keeps it in line with inflation. So again, which is why I go back to my question, is it a whole heap of desk banging in Parliament over not a lot?
But Dion, the alternative could have been nothing. 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 So doing this within the context, within the confines of the budget that we have, it's a good move.
If your argument though is that the alternative is going to be nothing, that almost sounds like we're supplicants for everything that government does.
No.
Because it sounds like you're saying, boy, you need to be grateful for anything.
No, that's not it at all. You are saying it's small, and I've given an example. If you faithfully put it away, because you said it's small, but you weren't getting it before, here's what you could do with it.
Miss Williams, you must remember, say, these people are already struggling. So if you give them a little bit, it's still only help a little gap. We spot in a that for people to have anything for put on towards a vehicle. Ain't they talk about tax? And especially that person buy that little car within the year, them a pay more than what them pay for that little car at your rate in ticket. Cause we have a ticket system there. We're not normal. Are the worst ticket system in the world. I never say a taxi driver get 10 tickets in one day.
And then I was responding again to your question that it's much ado about nothing. And I'm saying it's not a foregone conclusion that you could have had it.
That's $72,000?
Yeah.
Are you still saying that's a car down payment?
Yeah, on a decent Probox.
I hear you.
I hear the financial minister, the 2,000 increase of them a plan to get the people them. The people them can save it for 3 years and buy a Probox. What? That cannot even buy a handcat in Jamaica? That's one day shopping of food for some people in Jamaica to how cost of living high. So how can this woman be a financial minister on a labor right? We are run up and down. Me a show you now the reality of how stupid una is and how messed up on the government is towards poor people, because them keep running a government that the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer. Him a run a policy where only certain set of poor people are now turning multimillionaire. Here we have a prime minister that felt it was necessary to give him and him politician friend them 300% increase, which makes them equivalent to the politicians them pay in the UK. Now, let's look at the $2,000 where the government want to give away in pounds. You know how much is $2,000? That's 11 pound roughly. It's less than that, but me just around it half say 11 pound. You understand? So 11 pound a month. 11 pound, you know. What can 11 pound do for you a month? And this is what the financial minister said the Jamaican people them worth. And they should be grateful, because what? Them coulda not get nothing. So everybody at Jamaica employ our work to make sure, as I said to you, that the politician them get them 300% increase pay. Una have to work and make sure they say them get that for manage food money, and then only thing una get back in return is a little chupants. 11 pound a month, 12 months of the year. You see it? 132 pound a year times 3. That's 396 pound for the 3 years. And try no. By the time the 3 year done, the price of the car are gonna be even more expensive. So you still won't able to buy it. So I'm asking you, labor right, where I run up and down on the internet and chat about say, so what's wrong with saving £2,000 for buy a Probox? I want to see you do it. Cause one thing me you know, you cannot make bread out of stone. All the father got a load can do that. So you can go and stay there. You fool yourself. Or make a fool of yourself. Or stay there be fool for people. Your brother never tell you that these things labor right? You must not be a frightened Friday. Or red eye for where you say a next man have is not yours. Where Andrew own his teeth from the public. Him only a give a little chupants. That's all your value. You worthless.
Do matter. So in this case, let's clear the air. I mean, young cartel still linking.
Let's clear the air. Let me say this to you. Cartel have a whole heap of labor right fans. A lot of them. And I will advise any artist, any musician, you are a business person. You have the opportunity to be a national icon like Bob Marley through God blessing you and your music. Do not go down the rabbit hole of submerging yourself in political life. Do not be a Vegas. At least be more talented than Vegas. So you don't have to seem like a real green shower ranger submerging yourself in political life and you don't have the competence to do it. So let me make this absolutely and fundamentally clear. Cartel is the world boss. Cartel gave me a platform that people in Jamaica feel that it is just the vavavoums and the creme de la cremes who who should have a post like that. A lot of the vitriol that was geared at me was for the simple fact that he was represented by Tom Tavares Fins.
One served for 9 years, one served for 14 years. Under whose administration more Jamaicans got murdered? Who is the murder prime minister?
We'll also remember you, Mr. Percival, as the murder prime minister. Because it was on your watch that we hit murders 1,000 for the year for the first time and sustained it.
Now my viewers, you see this man here, he is a national disgrace. Because what you might use with national news media for spread misinformation and lies on the Honorable Prime Minister. Now, him for understand and know say PJ Patterson already set an example out of Cliff Hughes. 12 million him take off of him for spreading these kind of same propaganda and lie. Now you are come tell lie upon the man that and label the man as the Prime Minister, as the murder Prime Minister or criminal Prime Minister or whatever terms you want to use. You need to get a fat lawsuit. One of your own medicine. Because listen to him I say. Listen.
Also remember you, Mr. Percival, as the murder Prime Minister. Because it was on your watch that we hit murders 1,000 for the year for the first time and sustained it. 1992, 629 murders. 93, 654 murders. 94, 690. 95, 780. 96, 925. 97 for the first time ever. 1,000, 1,038 for good measure. 98, 953. 99, 849. 2,887. 2001, 1,139. 2002, 1,045. 2003, 976. 2004, 1,471. And as a last lick, Mr. Percival, in 2005, your last full year, 1,674. So in the time you were at the wicket, Mr. Percival, 13,710 Jamaicans murdered in their own country. Private security exploded because everybody are grilled up. I try keep possession and limbs and lives safe. On your watch, the record will show more Jamaicans lost their lives to the gun and to murder on your watch than everybody else. That's how we will remember you.
Well, big boss, you shall be remembered as a funny man, a man that love a man more than how you love yourself, that you're willing to come on international TV, come through away your entire career, because thousands of people have see this, and me go show the evidence for sure say people like you should not be on our international radio station. You are an embarrassment. You need to step down now. Listen this people, shameful piece. Come down.
So I just listen to George Davis from Nationwide dissing up the legend, Most Honorable PJ Patterson. But what I want to address is George Davis referring to PJ Patterson as the murder Prime Minister. And he gave some figures and said because of those figures, more people died under PJ Patterson than anybody else. Now, I'm not attack George, but I want to call him because I'm going to attack him argument. So, I double check the figures because I don't believe them neither. But the figures look alright. And what he said is that 13,710 people were murdered while PJ Patterson was Prime Minister. Now, one of the things where I never tell you, so you have people who can lie by omission. But one of the things that George Davis never tell you is that it's 14 years PJ Patterson was Prime Minister for. So 14 years, 13,710 people died. And he referred to him as the murder Prime Minister. Now listen this. 2016, Andrew Holness became Prime Minister in February. 1,354 people died in 2016. 1,647 in 2017. 1,287 in 2018. 1,339 in 2019. 1,323 in 2020. 1,474 2021. 1,498 2022. 1,393 2023. 1,141 2024.
As I may say here, George, I say, PJ Patterson is the Prime Minister when make Unalive reach 1,000 first ever in Jamaica. And I'm right. But look at your Prime Minister where you brag about. Not 1 year out of all the 9 years as Unalive went below 1,000. So where you point the Georgie Pargy pudding and pie? You see it, me tell you say, you know, you just mash up your career. You don't know where you are, though. You don't love yourself or your family. Your wife feel ashamed of you because she know say you love Angie Holness more than all you love her. Something wrong with your brother.
That gives you a total of 12,456 in 9 years. Now, how you do the comparison? So to compare Andrew Holness 9 years with PJ Patterson 14 years, you have to do an average. So you divide the 13,710 under PJ by 14, and the average comes out at 979 people murdered each year under PJ Patterson. You do the same thing for Andrew Holness. 12,456 divided by 9, and the average comes out at 1,384 people murdered each year under Andrew Holness after he promised us to sleep with our doors and our windows open. So George Davis, based on this, may I ask you now, who is the murder Prime Minister? Who would you refer to as the murder Prime Minister? The average would tell you that if Andrew Holness finished this year, he's going to go to 13,800 and change based on his average, and that is 10 years compared to 14. So brethren, I know you're a big journalist, former president of the Press Association, but is it that you have an ulterior motive for disrespecting PJ Patterson? My question to you is, when you look at the figures that I have now presented, and those figures from PJ Patterson, do you stand by what you said? Because I am going to suggest that if any Prime Minister could be referred to as the murder Prime Minister, then it would have to be this present Prime Minister, Andrew Michael Holness.